Hey, hey, hey. So this has been a difficult video to make. I have, for quite a while, wanted to go through a lot of the channels that I'm subscribed to and just talk about them. Not a lot of the huge ones, but I've got a fairly eclectic taste, and I can ramble on about these things. You may notice I've got like a background change, and I'm wearing a dress shirt. Well, dress casual. As for the background change, I just think it might look better. And as for the dress shirt, sure, I look like I'm dressed up nice, but I'm not wearing any pants. Alright, so the first channel that I'd like to go over is Bad Day HQ. Now, I would call them headquarters, but as they mention in their intro, it's HQ. They have a sister channel called Good Day HQ, and to be fair, I don't know if they regularly put out content. I don't follow that one very much. So what is Bad Day HQ about? Well, what I really obsess over is their disasters. Storm of the century, volcanoes, building collapses. Oh man. Because those are really fascinating to me. I think they are probably the best channel to detail plane crashes, exactly what went wrong. Boat sinking. They did a great one on the Bismarck. There is just fantastic videos. And they have them in English, and they have a good amount in French. But it's not proper French. It's not Parisian French. It's Quebecois. So, if you're going to play this and you're a French speaker, it's Quebecois. And the English, a lot of it has a Canadian accent. So I'm fairly certain it's a Canadian channel. And they do a lot of serial killer stuff and cold cases. They do good on those. I don't watch those as much. I watch a lot of criminally listed. So it'd be double dipping. But yes, love this channel. Love plane crashes and volcano eruptions. Okay, that sounds harsh. As a plane crash survivor, I must say I do not love plane crashes, nor natural disasters. I love the videos they make about said disasters and how those go. And I should talk about my plane crash one of these days. Alright, this next channel comes with a little preface. I'm gonna bitch on a little rant for a moment. Now, there are people that love professional wrestling. There are people that love soap operas. Now, people have a tendency of insulting fans of professional wrestling and say, "Don't you know that's scripted?" Oh, okay. People generally don't do the same for soap operas. If you say your favorite movie is Terminator 2, I would be an idiot to grab you by the arm and go, "Don't you know it's not a real robot? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was governor of California." No shit. The willing suspension of disbelief is a requirement to enjoy movies and video games. Now, this next channel is an ARG. ARG stands for Alternate Reality Game. I don't really think of them as a game, because it's not. Imagine a TV show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Great show. Now, imagine if Buffy, the character, had a Facebook page and an Instagram and did vlogs on YouTube. Okay, so it's just more immersive. I think of it as an interactive, immersive television show. Just a immersive entertainment experience. Now, I've looked at dozens of them, and they all have things to offer, and they're all good to certain levels. They appeal to some, they don't appeal to others. That's cool. That's why there's so many of them. This is the second one I have subscribed to and followed while it was active. Most of the time I just wait until it's all done. Or I'll watch Rainbot or Nightmind just give me the broad strokes. This is Dad. Now, the story of Dad is he wants to be the greatest YouTuber in all the universes. He pluralizes it. I could make a 45-minute video going over all the details from start to finish. Better people have done fantastic videos if you want to look into it. But this is a multifaceted, immersive thing, right? Now, Act 1, Act 2, he's starting Act 3, but he also does music. And he is very, very active in live streams. Doop boop 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 boop. Yeah, this should work. Okay. Now he's active on Instagram and Twitter and whatever else you could think of. The Dad person. There is a YouTube channel with that person using a different name. And while he's doing live streams sometimes, while Dad is doing live streams out there sometimes, people that recognize him as the other YouTube channel will come up and try to talk to him. Because they look identical, and it was all done by deepfakes. It sounds weird. It sounds a little off. It is. Check out a video of one of these big channels describing it. Probably Nightmind, I think. Maybe Night Expo. And jump into it. It's fun. Just, please, do a little bit, have some decency here, and... Hi. When you go down in the comment section, right? Congrats, Dad. Dad did good. Blah, 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 right? What you shouldn't do, because it's crappy, is jumping on here and going, you guys know this is fake. This is totally a game. It makes you like those people that attack professional wrestling fans. And it would be just like me attacking someone for Terminator 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger's an actor, not a real robot. Come on. Alright, this next one is That Chapter. I'm not quite sure on the name. I do know that it is run by an Irishman named Mike O. I believe the O is short for O'Connor, or O'Dougal, or O'Bushmills. Ah, Bushmills. You know, I'm one of the very few people here in the States that will openly admit that I prefer Bushmills to Jameson's. I mean, they are both so fantastic, and they're so... Sorry. Has nothing to do with anything. What was I saying? Yes, Mike is an Irishman. Well, I'm pretty sure he's an Irishman. He might be an Englishman, but I mean, they're basically the same thing, right? That would never offend anyone. I mean, the English and the Irish have always gotten along perfectly fine, right? No, Mike is very well researched, and he's very endearing. He covers the darkest of the dark. Criminal cases where terrible, terrible things happen. Some that are solved, some that are unsolved. Occasionally, he takes a break and does like an internet mystery, like a Reddit box or, you know, a 4chan gag. But for the most part, you know, we're looking at kidnappings, murders, physical assaults of a very personal type, and crimes against people of varying ages. Now, Mike, regardless of the subject, he generally has a way of finding something punny. You know, when you're going over things very, very dark, you have a buildup of emotions. And it's good to let it out. Whether you let it out by sobbing into a pillow or by laughing at a dumb joke, it's good to let it out. My therapist says it is bad to swallow your emotions. Now, my scoutmaster, he always said swallowing was good. But, you know, yes, it is a fantastic channel, covers very dark stuff. And if you click on the link to his Instagram, you'll see that Mike is a Falcons fan. Atlanta Falcons. I don't know how an Irishman became an Atlanta Falcons fan, but just out of sympathy, you should subscribe and click thumbs up on all his videos, because the poor bastard's a fan of the Falcons. Alright, so I want to start this one out with a preface as well. I have a horror channel. Apologies, I have a speech impediment, and I do very well at covering that up. But sometimes certain words bring it out. Certain bottles do too. I said horror, as in spooky, not horror, as in prostitute, or my ex-wives. Not all my ex-wives. I've got one pretty decent ex-wife. That is a whole lot of side topics. So the second or third subscriber that I got was Miss Teri B to the horror channel. And I was scrolling through horror stuff, spooky stuff, and came across one of her ghost stories. Loved it, thought it was fantastic, absolutely engaging, and just pulled me in. So I leave a comment. I get a response to the comment. And then I get a comment on my video. So yes, for transparency's sake, I have to point out that the lovely Teri B, I ended up leaving a comment on one of her videos on this channel, Doc's channel, the one you're watching now, and same thing happened. Nothing but support and absolute kindness. I'm actually somewhat confident that she doesn't know both channels are the same person. She might. So for transparency's sake, just figured I would toss that out there. Because, yes, as fond as I am of her channel, I might be slightly biased because she is a very supportive and fantastic subscriber of mine. Alright, so I finished editing, and I gotta confess, I had to cut out some real rambling. Now I know I always ramble on a bit, but I think this time I went a little bit above and beyond. So I'm not sure if I was able to make this watchable. If I did, though, an Academy Award wouldn't be that unreasonable. Just saying. Now, if you made it this far into the video, that's really, really cool. I very much appreciate it. And, to be honest, if you're cool enough to watch this one, then you can check out any of those channels I talked about. They're all way better than my stuff. That being said, if you have a channel that you think I should watch and react to, hit me up. You got my Facebook, you got my email, and you can always throw a comment down below. Now, if you were included in this video, and this applies to all future videos and past videos, if you were included and you feel that it was wrong, hit me up, same way. I'm an asshole, but I like to be an asshole intentionally. So just hit me up. That being said, again, I really want to thank you for actually watching this. So, I wish you soft ground to walk upon and hard cash to spend. Also, vaccinate your kids.